Alright, so that was game one. Game two, we're jumping on in now. EDG versus RNG here for the quarterfinals here. EDG out with a rough start here. Fingers crossed that they can actually give us a fight back here. We would appreciate a full series here in the playoffs bracket, at least in the elimination bracket. Now, Rise gonna go right on over to Scout here, which I'd appreciate that upgrade after the Malzahar last game. Kind of want to give your star mid laner a character with agency, I would say. Misfortune gonna go over to Gala. Yeah, Rek'Sai would not be a good idea at this point here. But Wei going to pick up his Xin Zhao, it looks like. But yeah, but EDG I think is gonna be off to a much better start. That Malzahar pick, I'm gonna call game one a fluke. Just because EDG looked quite strong in groups. The Malzahar pick was just a weird little pick, and I just don't think that was really a part of anyone's honest plan. Maybe trying to like flex into another idea where Scout's a much more supplemental utility carry outside of the Twisted Fate, which is still getting banned out. And I don't think we'll get to see ever again played. But the Yuumi getting picked up from Mako, and Viper going to get his Ezreal. So this is actually going to be a pretty good combo. This will free up Mako to roam a little bit earlier because Ezreal can play so safe. Xiaohu's going to get his Jace. So this should actually be a pretty fun matchup between Flandre and Xiaohu. But this does give Flandre the counter. So wouldn't be surprised at a Malphite actually with the 3 ADs we're seeing right now. Yep. I'm actually really impressed that the Poppy has gone up to priority this hard, this fast, and is really limiting anything. There's the Malphite ban, so really getting a little weird here. Usually when we see like LPL versus LPL in the World's playoffs, we see sort of like an older meta, like they're having their own little mini game from like the dozens of times that they fought each other this year, and it ends up looking nothing like a World's draft. At least all the drafting that's happened throughout the World's tournament. And now we're getting rid of all the engage options to actually separate out Mako and Viper. Lulu is still available though, and Lulu could be a counter for Yuumi just to actually sort of whimsy her and turn the cat into a squirrel instead, and really turn into a vulnerable target that cannot be easily binding to anyone. But aren't you considering another hard engage option? We've seen Alistar with not the greatest bit of success. Barely been picked in this tournament, maybe 2, maybe 3 times at the very most. I really think it was only twice. I think one of them was on Vulcan, and didn't really get a lot of wins, we'll say. Like less than 2 wins. Alright, and there's Mako. So the Olaf coming in as well. This actually really will provide a very powerful combo here with the Yuumi Olaf. So this Olaf's going to be a very scary. And Cryan going in with the Annie. I think LS might actually be pretty happy about this. Wish it was on a much more reliable mid laner, because Cryan is sometimes a little suspicious with his plays. But this could actually be this is a very surprising development.
Above just being a fairly easy to execute champion that does provide similar things where you've got these stuns for your team and you are bringing that AP threat, it also has good roam potential now when they change the Molten Shield to give the speed boost. And his best playstyle is actually roaming, just like all the other.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a teleport, but it's still gonna allow for Cryan to get to his sidelines very quickly, and the instant action of the instant spawn of Tibbers basically means that it could be a major AoE stun. Yep. History for those that don't know, Annie used to be a support. and she was pretty much kind of a caster engage support on account of what her stun can do. It's an instant cast. There's no delay on her W, the AoE stun, so it can be a really good stun in the middle of a fight. And the flash Tibber stun used to be absolutely devastating. There was almost no counterplay to it. So if you actually had your team really able to follow up on it, flash Tibber's stun could just end up ruining your whole day and actually just wipe out the whole enemy bot lane. So very interesting to see it back. I'm curious if Cryan is actually aware of the Church of LS or has been following the church to understand what's the goals for Annie, especially at a pro level.
Also interesting that, like Kobe said, for Annie, it's all about roaming these days. Cryan did pick up the Predator himself. It's going to be all about
nice. So Predator on Annie.
Overall, just has a ton of burst. So if they can catch any members of EDG out by themselves, they will instantly go down bullet time. A Tibbers coming out and accelerated shock blast. Just a ton of damage.
This also means when you're running this type of strategy, your vision coverage around mid lane in the river is so important. This basically both sides of this river vision are big objectives for both teams here, because if you let the other mid laner get that wave push and start to even threaten your side lane by dropping into Fog of War, your side lane then pays the price. They have to back off. They can't play as aggressively. They can't push in. If you're the Ezreal Yuumi, you don't get to go as aggressive with your poke. So
So early parts of this laning phase and just early parts of how this mid lane goes can really decide what happens in the side lanes, just based on how much freedom may or may not be available. Nope. Prior for bot lane. So this is actually where the aggression is going to come down. They should actually secure. He could actually, yeah, JJ should be able to secure the bot lane. Yeah, because Alistar cannot really contest against Demi right now. You're going to see a lot of damage going out onto these two. Bot lane is just headbutting Viper Wave, trying to deny some CS.
Support matchups there. So if you bring your jungle pressure at the right time, Q Flash when he jumps off to do the annoying harassment, then you can pull off some pretty big punishing plays. But as of right now, the poke remains king.
So far, it is. It's okay, though. RNG going to do their best to keep their farm up. Obviously, we saw them win in a matchup they're supposed to be bullied as well, right? And that happened back in game 1, so we'll see if they can turn this one around this time around as well. As we just get through our first
little combos there from Viper and Mako.
Farm, and Ming knows he's just getting scraps. Just going to grab melee minions whenever he can, and then wait for this cannon.
And I feel like right now what I'm going to be looking at is when scuttles do come up, right? Because for now, EDG have pressure in all 3 lanes. Both jungles path towards the bottom side, so JJ should be able to pick that one up. Looks like Wei going to instantly make his way towards the top side, realizing, hey, I can't contest JJ, and we probably will just get a bit of a trade coming out. Oh, maybe.
Wei stepping forward and stepping up here. The prio mid is actually over to the Rise right now. Bot lane's got the other main prio assist. It's kind of a half and half. Wei's arrived, so has JJ. Ming has come on over as well here. Here comes Scout. So, yep, that's going to just go over to EDG. So, EDG with a very good start here for game 1. Getting the crab. Kind of neutralizing Cryan's ability to roam at this point, because Scout's been able to actually put out plenty of wave pressure and just not allow Cryan to really do anything. It's going to be a double scuttle here for JJ.
Yeah, they didn't have any deep vision, so it's kind of a guessing game. Oh, did he flop to the other side? And you kind of roll the dice there. Does get outplayed. Dice come up in favor of EDG. They needed that, okay? Yeah. First game was definitely brutal.
Oh, Cryan, I think, missed his W there. That's a misplay there.
Always been a bit of an Olaf player. I remember the first time I watched him in LPL was him playing Olaf, flashing over a red buff wall at level 2, I believe, and looking for a solo kill on Lee Sin. Didn't work out.
Oh, there's the flash W. That's going to be Cryan. Actually, it's getting the all in here. Wei not able to really follow up on it just yet here. Scout kind of just going to run away. Their phase rush probably helping get him out.
Just turns around. All you have to do is run in the opposite direction of the jungler, and that is a flash for nothing.
That is a very rough start.
That does work versus a lot of mid laners that will just kind of brain off, run towards tower. But Scout, brain check worked in the morning today, so just walk straight into the river, and that is now going to turn the tables of this critical matchup. For the early game, we had the magnifying glass on, no flash for Cryan. All of a sudden, Annie becomes a big target.
Yeah, and now with both teams coming back out on the map, I think for EDG, they could potentially be looking towards going for an early dragon. Their bot lane should be able to keep up pressure. They're going to have TP on Flandre, assuming he doesn't go for a recall.
Well, it's going to be an engage there. Actually gets the stun up, but here comes this slap back. Not too much.
TPs do come around on the various lanes you mentioned. Tier plus serrated Dirk. Xiaohu not able to stop him in time. And that is good for Flandre. He may be able to walk all the way to lane.
He could. Usually we do see the teleports, though.
Oh, he's just going to go for the TP, so...
Yeah. Oop, that's going to be an engage on Mako here. He's not going to be able to actually bind over. This is actually going to be perfect here. He's going to be locked up here. Wind becomes lightning. First blood goes over the way, but can the counter kill come? They're going to be able to secure the death on Ming here. Now JJ might be a little bit too deep. Teleport coming in. That's going to be a second kill. Double kill over to JJ. Unconcerned here. Ming and Wei go down. The teleport actually, I think, got canceled. And that was, yeah, that was Cryan's TP he put out, and it is not coming through here, and he is still going to be left underneath turret and not in the best situation CS wise. So EDG just kind of taking over all sides of the map here. JJ might have to run away here. Ming is arriving. Just has Hex Flash, but alrighty. Gonna hand over this Drake. Alright. But still, that's a great start there. 2 kills on the Olaf. This is going to make him all the scarier when Yuumi just attaches to him and he just runs at Cryan, at Gala, at Xiaohu. And now Scout, Flandre looking for a little catch-up here. Wei's going to get cleared out, but can they actually get enough damage out? And that's going to be flash in for Flandre to finish it off here. And that's going to be a good 2-man dive here. Plenty of damage. Secure him. Gets all spell rotations. But Mako trying to be a cheeky boy here, and Ming wise to it. Flash, pulverize knockup, and that's going to be a very dead kitty cat here. But JJ not concerned about actually coming into this and knows that he can actually get even more done. Yep, just rotating all the spells that he can to make sure he gets to it, and that just allows for a free exchange of 2 for none, or 2 for 1 actually.
They commit Ming straight to Dragon. That's what allowed Scout to have the push to go and make that play topside. So EDG, I think, a really good read of what RNG are doing so far. JJ's path especially has allowed him to be everywhere to answer the aggression that Wei's looking to bring.
This game number 2, titled Revenge of Scout, Revenge of the Mid Laner, because he is going to dominate this game now. Giant CS lead over Annie. The Summoner spells advantage had been earned himself by avoiding the gank, and now should be able to bring that extra pressure to Brunt. Even rushed into the Mercury treads to reduce.
That's a spot of 2.
Flash play that are gonna come consecutively here. Everybody grouping up for this Rift Herald. Even
Flandre in a very weird position right now. Soft flank. Oh, and that's gonna be the Realm Warp Overage actually gonna come across and catch them. The last chapter getting a lot done here, and that's gonna be a dead Zhao who no real chance to fight here. Now here comes the fall apart, and I think Scout is gonna call for revenge indeed, Kobe. This is gonna be a very sweet and easy class. Bullet time to try to save his support Slifer, but Ming, you're still gonna go down here. He goes back in, trying to actually use the aftershock to survive, but it's still going to be a dead cow. Some well done beef for EDG. They get the Herald. They get, what, 2, 3, 4 killed, I think. And that is a devastating swing here. 3,000 gold lead, 9 minutes into the game. Flandre's even getting some turret plates on this. This turret may even be primed and ready to be taken down by the Herald. And they're just like, yeah, we're just going to take all 3 of us over. True shot of barrage just in time. And now Cryan not able to actually really get the engaged start off that he wants here. Tibbers is out, but Tibbers isn't even doing anything.
Look at the minimap right now. That bottom wave is slow pushing in their favor. It's probably going to be a giant bottom wave for them to go collect in the aftermath as well. Bottom lane, big advantage. Top side, big advantage. The extra objective picked up, and huge turn of the tables. Lyric, this is what you want to see for the best of 5.
Yeah, this is going to indicate that we're going to have a very good matchup here. EDG flying out the gates here. Gore Drinker already completed on the JJ. And it looks like we're gonna have Mountain Drake next, so Infernal or Ocean Soul. And this begins the process here. Way forced to flash away here. The prowling projectile from Mako. And he's attached to JJ now. This is going to be basically the standard combo here. Viper just going to be left alone. And yeah, Gala and Mink forced to run away here. But we're going to have a 4-man dive. Scout has made his way on over. And I think we might even have just an in-between towers fight. Ming not much able to really be done here. He's going to go down. And this is just going to be some free turret plates going over to Viper and company.
After the last Herald fight, they're winning up in top side. They're able to force these plays down in bot, and RNG can't even get scraps.
Butcher Olaf takes down Alistar. A more fitting free combination just can't be there. Yumi gets some money for himself as well. This one is going to be, yes, both opening games here have been completely one-sided blastings by the opposite team.
Yeah, there's no chance here. EDG had a little bit of a chance earlier, like for a greater portion of game 1, but not compared to how this should going. There's the flash tipper stun, and Scout able to actually just run away much faster. The Mercury treads giving him that extra inch, and now no chances here. Wave's gonna be super low here, but JJ and Mako are here. This Yumi combo is going to be pretty scary, and there's a stun available for Crime, but it doesn't really matter. The super squishy 80 will go down, and all right, Way gets the trade back. Scout overstepping, but this is going to be a Fed overkill. Yeah. 3-0 on 3-0 and 5 on the Ezreal, 4-0 and 4 on JJ, 2-0 and 1 on Flandre. This is an incredible lead here. Flandre about to just dive. Gets Xiaohu down to 1. It's probably like 10 health left on that.
Regeneration to finish, but doesn't happen here. Doesn't matter for EDG though. Flandre finishes up his own solo play on top. Scout has been playing on the edge for the majority of this game, and it has been paying off.
Ends up just baits this in here and roots up Way, and Way is forced to take like 4 tower shots here.
Once the Olaf Yumi gets there, they make a commitment because you see topside is pushing, so they can easily just have Graves come down. But because Scout steps up and he keeps playing on that edge, gets hit with the W here, so he gives back 1 kill, small, extra little allowance.
But he's just allowing for the kill to go over to Viper. Just let the AD carry get some action here. Let this Ezreal get really turned online a lot sooner than usual. And this could end up being super scary. Because you could end up just outpoking Flandre, or outpoking the Xiaohu on his Jace. Oh, Xiaohu's just being danced around here. Flandre unconcerned. He's going to heal up off of this pretty easily. Cryan has arrived, and it's going to actually, he's going to be able to dodge at least the slam down from Xiaohu, but Ming is here as well. Tibber is just chasing down Flandre. Scout's going to arrive, but I don't know if it's going to be exactly what you want to do there, and he's going to go down as well here. Flandre's trying to come in as well, but he will go down as well. So it's a 2-for-0. Scout, I think a little bit too optimistic with that teleport play, trying to help save the situation for Flandre, but he was already a dead man, and there could be a little bit more pressure in this mid lane to really help secure this mid tier 1 here. And Xiaohu gonna help RNG get a little bit back into this, get some turret play gold onto this Jace. At least gets 1.
Than EDG's comp did last time around. They have a frontliner in the Alistar. They have a lot of burst and lockdown to try to keep finding those picks like they just got.
I feel like Ezreal Yumi should never get caught by the Annie play, so Fog of War is certainly RNG's best friend, you know, for trying to make that big comeback play. You've got Alistar, you've got Annie. Those explosive initiations picks are what can get you back into it. But Viper has just been so good with his positioning. I don't see him getting caught. We'll see if EDG let a few more mistakes fall through the cracks, though.
Yeah, getting a little curious about that play there.
Very slippery. Have seen him 1v5 many games over in the LPL on this champion, and right? They're continuing to tap pressure in mid and bot. They're looking to choke RNG out with vision, and for RNG, it's going to be sacrificing bot and trying to find this pick. But I think JJ's fine.
JJ's getting a little surrounded here. I think they actually want to take it, and he's going to just Ragnarok out, and there's nothing that they can do here. He's going to take the... I think he just took... Yeah, the blue buff? Yeah.
It's pretty big because Annie swings so much of the hope for RNG. Doesn't have flash right now, so that's probably why Cryan, went for it there. And the threat on JJ was decent since the other two lanes were showing. Viper at tower plus bottom side.
They're going to re-engage back onto him, see if the heal's going to do anything, but the last chapter is going to actually stop the rest of it. He's still going to go down. Gore Drinker giving him a little bit more time. Mako, I don't think he's actually... Oh, he does get onto Viper, but now here comes the switch around. Scout is arriving as well, and it's going to be a dead Ming. A little bit of an overextension from RNG. They have the advantage, but now they have to run. Prowling Claw going to catch onto Cryan, and he's going to go down. I'm sorry. The Annie's clever, but it's just not going to end like it needs to. And I think Gala might even go down here as well. Bonus kill over. Double kill for Viper. 6-0-5 on this Ezreal. And he is going to be online so fast. Getting to this 3-item power spike. There's not much Zhao who can really do here right now. Major gold leads everywhere.
It also just makes it so easy to kite out the enemy team, right? Being able to constantly throw out those Qs, the ultimate coming out. And for RNG, I can understand what they're going for. They know that they are pretty far behind, and we're going to see here, JJ getting a bit ahead of himself. They did bait out the
Went a little bit too much here. Last chapter comes out here and roots everyone up, saves JJ for a moment, just long enough for Viper to start really getting some damage into this. Same for Mako. And now Flandre could be in a little bit of trouble here. Can he actually out heal this the Ignite? Gonna be his biggest issue. He's trying to actually secure the rest of it. The shield's gonna come out. He's gonna get the kill back onto Ming, and it's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade here. Shutdown gold does go over to Zhao Hu for that, but you kind of wanted that to be a 1-for-0. And now Viper getting jumped on by Wei, but he's got the Yuumi attached, and I think Wei is going to feel all the effects and none of the damage with that Crescent Guard. But that's going to be a second Herald. Yeah, but RNG going to be able to sneak Dragon here just in time here, so EDG might be just foregoing the Drake and just going topside here just to secure this top tower. It's going to be the extension of the Herald play. Yep. So Soul going to be delayed by a little bit more, by about 5 more minutes, which is perfectly fine for EDG right now. It's not clear that RNG is ever going to be able to interact with Viper, honestly. Scout needs to get a little bit close, otherwise you have 2 melees for Flandre and JJ effectively, and Mako is untargetable. The whole breakdown of any of these skirmishes or fights is going to be pretty scary. Cryan's looking for the catcher. He's got his flash. Tibbers available. Oh, it's going to be a jump in there onto Viper, and he's going to go down. He's going to actually pay for it, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 exchange. Flandre with a clap back, and now it's going to be a dead Flandre as well here. EDG, RNG with the pushback here. 2 down here. Flandre and Viper have gone, and now the rest of EDG need to run here. RNG not going so quietly into the night here. They get the catch onto one of the big gold holders, one of the big damage dealers, and now here comes the turnaround. Wei, don't go down too fast here, my friend. Very big punish here. Viper just too aggressive here, shifting forward, and RNG very much taking the opportunity to use that, catch him out, blow him up, and now gonna at least shrink this 8,000 gold lead down to a 6,000 gold lead. Good start, at least a good start. As long as EDG don't do that again, they should still have this in hand.
at all. EDG haven't been able to commit to playing out through side lanes, extending through and looking for picks. Just small mistakes, whether it's been leaving Flandre alone on top side while not having anything to take on bot, or very obvious ones like that.
The problem is they're only small mistakes. RNG have not converted a single kill into a meaningful objective. It's still 0 turrets for the team.
Yeah, RNG's still way down. They've gotten their 2 Drakes to, you know, provide the delay for EDG. Oh, probably projectile. Gala gonna have to run away here. Way trying to bait and switch. No one goes down, but this turret's not gonna be here for much longer. So turret finally traded out here, sort of a cross map play. Scout standing over, waiting for it. Then there's going to be the bait over. That's going to be a big knock up here. And the bull time's actually going to bring Viper super low here. But the heals are going to get him just a little bit longer. But Ming secures the kill. And now EDG might need to start running. So RNG with these clean engages here, just blowing up Viper. Just they know what their win condition is here. And Flandre about to actually get themselves a second turret. And Scout makes her just in time just to get the get the minions, but RNG here clawing this one back right now. Oh, it's gonna be super close here, but Flandre is gonna go down here, not really able to get himself out and away. Flandre now with his 5th kill. This is going looking super well here, but that's gonna be 2 bot side here. Just a teleport for Flandre to come up, maybe contest this. He will use it, but that gets rid of all the teleports on the side of EDG, so that might be everything that RNG wanted.
With now double teleport advantage for RNG and them showing that they have the capabilities of continually picking off Viper,
well, now the teleports are gonna have to come out here because EDG have actually positioned themselves. All 5 are up and available for this Xiaohu down, so they're just waiting for everyone to get here. And this Baron, I think, is gonna go down here. Wei, I think you may be forced to just flash in here to see if you can find it here. It's down to 1500. It's gonna actually get the jump, get the hit, but JJ will secure it, and that's gonna be the rest done. Wei goes down, and the rest of RNG forced to walk away here. Xiaohu spawns just in time to cry with his teammates. Red Bull Baron power play for EDG now, and this is going to get this is gonna get much more one-sided. I think EDG might be resecuring their control. Trying to get some sort of focus. It's clear the focus is on Viper, but there's not much else to really be done.
Pick off bottom side when Xiaohu is dead during the dead timer, force on the Baron. Even though he had teleport, they had the timer there, barely finishing it off before he revives and are easily able to transfer with Baron empowered recalls, resetting right back to Dragon, even those up 2 for 2.
EDG, yes, as you mentioned, time the Dragon score. Rebel Baron power play almost 2,500, and we expect to see a bit more. I expect an inhibitor turret to crack. Mid lane tier 2, it's on its last legs. That's a virtual guarantee here, but I need to see what the team fights look like because RNG.
We'll need to see if RNG is gonna get another super engage here onto Viper. He's just arcane shifted forward again.
Everyone else I can react to, no problem.
Can he? Because Ming is going to look for the play if Kryan is not there, and they have found it in back-to-back plays.
And Viper's no sums this time around, so no better time to look for a play.
I'm just not sure they have the damage with Viper stacking armor. I think Annie has to be part of the combo, or he just lives.
Yeah, that's a decent call out here. So Kryan, kind of looking at you there, buddy. Gala gonna get poked out here a little bit, probably projectile. They're going to be forced on in for at least this one. Wei is going to try to bait in here, but I don't think it's going to really lead to much else. Flash stun available for Kryan. They've just got to find Viper. Feels like they're waiting on his next arcane shift to actually just sort of be that which initiates them, but I just don't think it's going to come here, and they're going to get poked out. Bullet timeout just to actually clear the way here. There's going to be a heal onto Viper from Mako, but this turret's going down here. Wei's going to try to get on in. They're going to actually jump onto JJ here. It's going to be a dead Ming. It does not work out here. JJ survives the entire situation. Now Viper frontlining it. Tibbers is out, but I don't think it's going to really lead too much here. Flandre brought low. Shieldbow is going to keep him up and healthy, and Scout's going to at least keep the wave close. But right now, 27 seconds left. EDG, if they want to actually get a inhibitor turret down, they need to get it done now before they lose this Baron buff. And it looks like they're going to force the situation. They're going to secure. This is all 5 alive here versus the 4 of RNG. The engage did not work out, and now that's at least going to be 1 inhibitor secured here. 4.3k Red Bull Baron power play concluding, and we are back at we're at a now 9,000 gold lead here for EDG, it looks like. So life getting rougher for RNG. They had 2 jump back opportunities to try to get it. They just could not convert those kills into enough map objectives. This could be bullet timeout. Heals on from Mako, from the Yumi, gonna be enough, but at this point they just want to go on in. Wei jumps on the JJ. They try to get like some, I guess Ming's trying to get like some bonus damage in there and his ignite on to JJ, but it's just not enough here. The CC isn't gonna affect him, and the damage contribution from Alistar at this point isn't gonna be too significant, really.
Definitely should be. Again, them pushing in the sideways because mid lane super minions will get there pretty quickly, and they're just going to transfer everybody over to bottom side.
Yeah, the combination of the side lane pressure plus the super minions from mid lane should mean that EDG have full control of the entire map, and RNG are just going to be relegated to their base, and that'll be that for the next sort of 4 to 5 minutes. Crying getting actually really peppered down here. Flandre doing a good job of preventing the hard engage from actually being too confident about flashing in. He still has the flash engage option, but they're still looking for it. They are trying to actually just push Crying back to Fountain, and that'll be their time to actually go in and get some damage on this turret. No Baron buff required for EDG at this point. They have a slap your wallet kind of opportunity here. Crying's coming back. RNG need to find actually the engage here. Crying trying to get the other angle from the left side. But now Viper's actually going to be able to get a lot of poke forward here. Now Day going on to JJ, but the bullet time's actually going to be super scary here. JJ's going to survive for quite a while. That's going to be 2 dead here. Viper's gone down as well here, and now it's going to be us on Flandre to frontline this with the Yumi attachment. I think he's going to be super powered enough here with the heals and such to actually get this going here. Scout on the other side here at least gets 1 trade off here. Xiaohu's going to be able to trade it, but Flandre is unconcerned here. He's going to be able to actually, I think, even take Xiaohu. It's 2v1 here. The Yumi has stayed alive this whole time here. Decent amount of mana, and now Flandre just needs to look at ending the game here. Xiaohu, I don't think you're going to have a chance here, my friend here. Huge damage here. He's actually going to be able to get so much done here. The turret almost finishes off Flandre, but that should conclude here game 2 here. And everyone, we have a series. There we go.